Good morning. It's the Wall Street Weekly Wrap Up with your host, John Newquist, and it is January 12th, 2025. I said it right, 2025. And the year's ugly, I tell you. It is not a fun year. Let's get into the fun of the CES Monday. Jensen Huang is going to talk about everything and all the things that are in NVDA. You could spend a whole show just on this address that he did over an hour. The big thing is this RTX chip. That's what I got in the video. Was the chip was, God, back in 2011ish, whatever it was when we got in the video. They had the best video graphic chip, and I thought, well, I'm buying the best. God, I didn't think it was going to be trillions of dollars of money, but it's leading in GPUs, and it's going to be a stellar one. Project Digits means they're going to be able to bring a supercomputer maybe this May into your house for $3,000 is what I've been getting. Oh yeah, that you're going to sign me up for that? Oh, that's a lot of money though. Woo. But yeah, I would be interested. Watch it not work with Microsoft or something. I don't know, but we don't know. But it's having the ability. Now again, what are they going to? They're not going to have the Grace Hopper chip in there. So what would you actually get in there? That's the mystery. Cosmos, big suite of AI models that they're going to be able to do for training of robots and autonomous vehicles and teaching them how to learn. Wow. This is getting crazy, man. It is getting crazy. And, like I said, I use AI every day. Every day I'm asking it something. I'm using something, running up proposals, doing everything. And, and I would say 97% of the people I talk to don't use it at all. If they use it once a month, they try something and they didn't like it, and that's it. So there's the super adopters, first movers, and then there's the rest of the people, that are just not going to do it. And that's fine. They just want things to be, hey, the car comes up and nobody's driving. That's what they want. Meta, again, the election team went down to Mar-a-Lago. There's not going to be any more third-party fact-checking. Put Dana White on the board. The TikTok man is what I'm watching. Here in front of the Supreme Court, I don't think they're going to do it. And ByteDance, who owns TikTok, I think they're just going to shut down. They are not going to sell to a U.S. company. Let everybody else get rich off of their efforts and stuff. So, like I said, Meta, going to benefit. Again, a lot of people are upset. I'm on Threads, and it's not monetized. None of the Instagram stuff is monetized. You get stuff. And somebody said, well, if you're a super person like, some of these athletes like Ronaldo, you get money. But, I haven't seen anybody give money that I know of. I'm not hanging with Ronaldo. So, but it's going to come, because content creators who spend a lot of hours is worth some money. And you want to be able to monetize those, because eventually somebody will do it and you'll lose them. The indicators, wow, what a hell of a week, man. Look at this. The jobs report came in hot, 250-some thousand jobs created, so inflation is not going down. The interest rates are up, and crude oil, oh my God, it jumped. And, I keep on waiting for the Saudis. Oh, yeah, we're going to pump more oil. No. So when? We didn't give you a year, but they're going to do it. And this cold wave, this gas is $3.40. I mean, everybody's looking at actually my electricity bill is higher than my gas bill, which is kind of scary, but I like electric spot heat, so that's probably my guess. I got plant lights too. Gold, like I said, 2,700. Bing, 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 bing. It's a lot of highness there. And then silver above 30 again. Remember, it was 27 just a few weeks ago. And copper, we're watching, it's getting close to 450. But look at this crude oil chart. I mean, it's not 86. I remember a few years ago, a couple $100 or something. 110 or something. I don't remember how high it got. 105, I think. But look at it, 76. It's in there, and this is. Everybody's watching the 78 level. It breaks, then technically you could go up to 80, and then 84, then 86. So a lot of people are watching it. I like I said, oil. We are pumping out a lot of oil. Drill, baby, drill. They are doing a lot. The president who's going to do the least amount of oil drilling has got oil to 13 billion a day from like 9. So it's huge. Our portfolio, one of the things I realized, Schwab's a day behind. So we were up 2.6, and then we dropped 1.64 because everything dropped today, and we're still above the S&P 500 by almost 2 percentage points. That's not bad. Not bad for 11 days, I put up the Qs, the QQQs, because look at it, broke the trend line. And a lot of people are getting nervous now because that's a big trend line to break. And but I tell people, look at this. When was the last time it touched the 200-day moving average? Well, we had to go back in August. Man, we got to drop another 20% to get down this level. Ooh, that'll be an ugly day if that happens, because everybody who owns like NVDA, like me, is going to be sitting there like, ow, that is painful. We just dropped 20, but we're holding because they sold out this year. 2025, they're all out. Remember, just like McDonald's, I want a Big Mac. Oh, 2026 will have it for you. You go crazy. That's what it is for people who want to buy NVIDIA chips. Cattle, I put this up because, this thing shot up like a rocket, and it was setting records, and then the last 2 days it dropped like a rocket. So, if you were buying cattle futures at $20, it's dropped this, you just dropped 50% of your money. Wow. And it's not getting warmer. It was cold weather and everything else, and then they dropped it. And they said, well, the weather didn't drop. It didn't snow less. It snowed more. Wow. And colder temps. So, this is the trouble when you buy these parabolics. This is like a ski slope up. That's a mountain. And when you look at these things starting to go up at 45, 60 degrees, you're in a buying frenzy, and you don't want to be that person. Because when it's shooting up like that, that's not the time to be buying. Back over here is kind of good, but I tell people, you missed it. Just stay out of it. Don't need to go in there and chase, because chasing gets you broke fast. Eggs I saw in the store today, or this week, $7.99, and some people were telling me it's $10.99, and all these got it at $4.99, and it's all over the board here. The bird flu has killed millions of chickens. Somebody said 95 million. I don't know. Somebody had to count them all. But, the largest egg producer is Calm, and, it's a good chart, really. 3% dividend. This is not a bad chart. But, I love this slow, steady slope. So, if it does have a chance to dip, and we can get it down back over here at 60, maybe, we'll look at it. It's a stunning number with this egg prices, and people are watching it like a hawk because, you want cake, you got to have eggs. You want products, you need to make it. So, Jensen Huang went to the, the CES show Monday again. Quantum computers 10 to 20 years away. I've been in quantum computers since Cray Computer. That was a money maker. What I looked at it is when you talk about the fastest supercomputers, which IBM has the record, then Google, it's how many calculations you can do, teratrite billions of calculations a second. It's not so bad. But, who uses it are the research labs, Argonne and Fermi and all these DOE labs. And, when you want to sit there and imagine, what is the cell going to do 1,000 billion times, or the virus is going to mutate and you want to run things, that's what it's for. So,
this is a reminder. Jimmy Carter.
Oh yes, Jimmy Carter passed away. They had it in state.
This is a reminder. Jimmy
I
Carter.
actually was alive when Jimmy Carter was president. I couldn't vote for him, but I was watching it. Nice guy, physicist, Navy commander, honorable man. Didn't lie, didn't cheat, didn't do anything. He's pretty good. But boy, I tell you, double-digit inflation and double-digit interest rates, and unemployment was almost double digits. But what a just a bad time. You have to remember, we didn't make oil. The Saudis we bought cheap, and everybody at OPEC raised the prices, which jacked up everything here. Nixon tried price freezes, and then when Nixon got it indicted and left, Ford was trying to deal with it. He had a tough situation, and and it was, but he was a good guy. Afterwards, I look at it as a visionary because he did a lot of work with Habitat and Humanity, and I've done that. And one of the things that I realized, the housing shortage, he started back 40 years ago trying to work on it, and it's still there. It's still a housing shortage. And I live next to two Habitat for Humanity houses. It works. These two people who own these two habitats, they own it. They can't sell it for so many years or whatever. I'm telling you, they're not leaving because there's nowhere else in my town to buy, you know? So they've got a house made by volunteers, and it's saved them. So I'm a big fan of it. And but yeah, I tell you, the quantum computers, you know, the whole thing is, this isn't IBM, this isn't Google. These are companies that talk about doing a lot. When I see it in a supercomputer, I would hop on one of these, but not yet. All right, Flutter, you know, which is FanDuel. This is something what DraftKings echoed also. The NFL favorites are winning at a 20-year high. That's the first time I heard it quantified. DraftKings said they lost like 120 million because people are just betting on the favorites. Oh, the Ravens are minus 330. That means you bet $33 a 10. They're betting it, and they're winning at records amount. I'm doing it. I'm winning at records amounts. I have the best year ever on NFL. Ever. You know, just take the favorite, bet on. Don't bet the spread. Don't bet all that nonsense. Just bet the favorite. Yeah, okay. You know, maybe when it's like 1,000, 100 to 1 or 10 to 1 or whatever it is, you know, so you got to bet 11 to win $1, you know, don't bet that. But, you know, if it's under, you know, if you got to bet 5 to win $1, that's not so bad. I know it's not a kill. I know it's not this parlay, but don't you want to win? That's really all it is. And, you know, I look at this, they're losing money, but it's just temporary. It's only an NFL, and they ain't applying to other sports. So, by the way, Lexa, when is the next NFL game?
In the NFL, the Chargers and the Texans will face off in the AFC wildcard tomorrow afternoon at 3:30 p.m.
Okay, so 3:30 tomorrow. I think it was.
The Ravens will face off in the AFC wildcard tomorrow evening at 7 p.m.
So I think both of them, like, I think
the Broncos and the Bills will face off in the AFC wildcard on Sunday, January 12th at 12 p.m. And the Packers and the Eagles will face off in the NFC wildcard on Sunday, January 12th at 3:30 p.m.
So just bet the Ravens, the Chargers, the Bills, and I forgot who the Alexa, who does the Packers play? Alexa, who does the Packers play?
The Green Bay Packers will play the Philadelphia Eagles in the
And
NFC
bet on the Eagles.
wildcard on Sunday,
Those are the
January
four
12th
favorites.
at
See if you don't win
3:30
3 out of 4 of those. Just trust me. We'll come back if I can remember. Planeteer, you know, again, I'm telling you, they hype it as an AI company. Most of the revenue is government. Peter Thiel started it. Peter Thiel is a big buddy of the new administration. I mean, he stuck with them forever. He backed them. He got in with Vance. He backed Vance. You know, Planeteer is going to do it. But, you know, they want to cut the government. They want to cut some money out of it. And, God, you know, if you got all these contracts with the government making money, maybe you better get cut. I don't know. I just look at the PE at 340. Not like 34. 340. It's obscene. So you want to buy it, you know, go ahead. Holy smokes. So when it gets up to $80 and now we dropped to 67, so you dropped almost 17%. You asked for it. It's still high. It's still high. You know, I mean, I always remember Planeteer as like a $25 stock. And are we going to get back there? No, but if you want to get back in Planeteer, why don't you get it at 40? Because it might come down that much. You know, it's an ugly start to the year. It might be an ugly year. So goes January, so goes the year. Well, it depends, you know. AMD double security downgrade by HBC. Other analysts did it too.
This is a reminder. The Bitcoin sell-off.
Oh my God. Well, we'll talk about DOGE and all that other stuff. But
the Bitcoin sell-off.
The whales, you know, remember these whales who had the coins for years now are selling. They're flooding hundreds of millions. Hundreds of millions. And that's why the price. What is, Alexa, what do you think the Bitcoin is? I'd say 92. Alexa, what's the price of Bitcoin?
One Bitcoin is worth $94,530.
Oh, it's up. It's up. Hop on it.
Up 1.9% over the last 24 hours.
See, it's up. It was $108,000. It went down to $92,000. So there's people in there. You know, I just tell people, ease in Bitcoin, ease into crypto real slow. Don't put your whole stake. If you're going to bet 1x, don't put it in there. Put 0.1x and just ease in a little bit over the time. Don't be out there, got to get into it right now if you're missing out. You know, we got to remember, we have the most pro crypto president coming in. The most pro crypto president is going to make things like ETFs everywhere. You got to be in it because these companies are going to sell these ETFs and they're going to be, churning and burning, but it's going to go up. Have a number to pick. People say, what's your number for Bitcoin? I think about 180. I'm going to sell some. Sell some. I made a mistake when I bought it at 16, sold a lot at 27. Nice 50% profit in a short time, but here we are. So no problem, but we'll just sell some. No AI on momentum, lower GPU expectations. I mean, at least Sue runs a good company, but remember, they're years behind on NVDA for the AI chips, and they do well on the stuff. They're kicking Intel's butt. That doesn't matter. But the PC cycle has just been a myth, and the AI chip in the PC cycle doesn't exist. It's just going to have quicker access things. But what I'm running into is I need a new processor faster than the i7. They got the i9, but if NVIDIA has it. Somebody says, go get the Apple. I know. I got all the Apple people telling me, hey, go get the Apple. But, there's a lag period, and, I like the other systems. So. I don't know. I've got to change sometime. You got to go to the Apple. I was in Apple before Apple was even popular. So then I got into Windows, and I said, I'm going to go to Microsoft. Edison, the fires are just horrific in California. It looks like a war zone. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. I mean, I remember, like I said, they had a couple fires in a little bit. But, I mean, this is just like out and out chaos with these 80, 100 mile an hour winds blowing the stuff, and the stuff just ignites and just tears down the canyons, and you can't get out of the thing. People are abandoning their cars to run, and wow. And, of course, as it goes, Edison, I don't know, is just dropping like a rock. Remember, we always have a rule. Don't go chasing waterfalls. It's TLEC. This is a waterfall. Don't chase it. You can make money if you time it right, but you could get hurt, and you could be down here for a while, So, I mean, this is this was a brutal thing. When when I always tell people, when you got a chance and it drops below the 200-day moving average, that's when you want to get out. If you're going to get out, if you can believe in it and you think it's going to be there, in long term, that's fine. But you'd had a day to get out. That's it. They gave you a day, and then it dropped. And I'm not a fan of the California utilities at all. Dogecoin again, whales. I think it was 174 million of Dogecoin got liquidated. I mean, of course that drops this thing. Remember, I think Doge. I was in it at like 8 cents, 5 cents. Sold it at 40. Which is a lot of money. I didn't have a lot of money in it. Could you imagine having a full 1x of a portfolio of your money in Doge and go up 8 times? Oh yeah, I was in the video. What am I talking about? But this is a cycle, man. I tell you, you got to have some stomach to stay in these cryptos. So, I don't mind it when you put a little bit in and you just buy a little, and you're not, it's not going to be, I think 2.5 for crypto in your portfolio. We got 40 stocks, 2.5 each. Just think of it that way. You don't have to have it. You want to go buy more, go get Coinbase or something. Software stocks took a beating. I mean, they're just getting hit. Adobe is just being kicked. The 360 low. The so-called AI stock, which I told you a long time ago when it was setting records this summer, it's not AI. It uses AI through the data centers that NVIDIA puts the chips in, and Microsoft, Google, Amazon, and the Meta have. So, no, that's why we avoided it. Again, I look at this. One of the things that I look at is look at Toast, and Snow. I don't want to touch Snowflake. Snowflake was supposed to be AI before AI came. Toast is up there. Look at Coinbase. Wow. Well, it's a lot of volatility. Everything's going up with crypto, and they're going to benefit because they charge a lot of fees. So, the software sector is pretty interesting. It's kind of taken a hit lately, but it's not something, I want to say just been chugging along, and then all of a sudden goes from 85 to this, and that's not a bad year. So Microsoft target, again, I look at these trend lines. It's holding it. Will it break it? I don't know. But here's what people look at. Here's our 200-day moving average, and it's below it. So if you want to get out of Microsoft, that's fine. I understand. It's below the average, but I keep on going back to this, and this is it. They're growing at 16%. They're the benchmark, really, kind of like of tech, the grandfather of tech. If they were growing like Apple at 2 to 3%, I would be out of Microsoft. It would be too old for me to deal with. But that's what you have to think about when you look at these stocks. You don't want to be in them when they're not doing, growth.
This is a reminder. What will the new team bring? Ask me.
Well, the new team coming in January 20th.
What will the new team bring? Ask me.
I mean, you got to remember, you know, if you go back to when he was like a rich person and went to wrestling matches, he's the heel. He puts on the heel mask today, and he says bad things about Greenland and Panama Canal, and then he's the good buddy and very sympathetic at the funeral. It's just an act, you know. I mean, I don't want to say it's like a wrestling act, but that's. I just look at what Congress does, because remember, Congress is going to have more influence over time than anybody else. And, you know, just forget the theater. You know, just try to stick with your stocks. You know, I tune out a lot of the politics, you know, because you don't need to. You mess you up and you can start hyping it. I mean, I got people, oh, I should buy a DGT. Well, go ahead. But I'm not. You know, no fundamental basis of why you'd even want to buy a stock that doesn't make any money. So, again, an ugly week if you were in Oracle, Verizon, Netflix, even Berkshire Hathaway. Well, we weren't. Those are not our stocks. Yeah, NVDA went down. I understand it. You know, everybody's getting hyped. I mean, that's called buy. You know, they buy the rumors when he speaks, sell it, and that's what they did. Apple, you know, I think China's in trouble. I mean, I think they really are. I mean, I keep on watching. We're putting little in, you know, the Franklin Templeton, the Filchi, I call it, you know. But Walmart, look at the retails, good. You know, Meta, Google, good. Lilly, wow, isn't it nice to say we have Lilly? You know, those are good things. And so it's a tough week. We got through it. You know, I mean, we're still up over the year. I mean, I always tell people, you know, I went to the casino the other day and I won. Once I hit 50% of my original stake that I set down on the table, I left. People are like, why are you leaving now? You're up. You're right. I'm up. I'm leaving. Where stocks, you invest for the long term. You know, don't be out there over trading. We bought DOGE, so we didn't sell any stock. You know, I am not out there buying and selling stock. I watch those people on, you know, Fast Money and everything else. Every day they're buying and selling stuff. Good luck. You can time it, and never make any money at the end of the year. At the end of the year, you're even. So, again, stay warm. It's a cold week. I'm be so glad. It's like the 10th day below freezing. So, I hope we get some warm weather. I'll find out. See you next week, and have a good week. Bye.